While we've been distracted here in the gun community with things like pistol braces and 80% lowers, what's really going on behind the scenes? You might want to hear this one. Stick by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. If it is Second Amendment news you're after, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, this is where you're going to find it. Please consider subscribing to Guns and Gadgets and sharing this channel with your friends, especially if they are gun owners, because it is about to get hot and heavy on us, and I would like for us all to pull together, be in the know, and share the information. So we all know what's going on lately with the ATF, and that definitely demands our attention and action. The open period for comments on the ATF pistol brace issue is open, so please comment if you haven't already. And let's go into what's going on behind the scenes. See, politics is a very, very evil game. And far too often, if you pay attention, something will happen that will distract a certain segment of the country, and something else gets done on the other side. And that's going on right now with the Second Amendment. So while we're all focused on fighting the ATF, Michael Bloomberg and his cronies, and basically every anti-gun group in the country, are working behind the scene right now. For instance, yesterday, there was a major rally, a fundraising rally for Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, the two Democrat gun control candidates running for United States Senate in Georgia. They're running against David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, and I wish that everybody would see what's going on, especially those who should be getting out to vote in Georgia. The country absolutely depends on this vote, which is why millions of dollars are getting pumped into Georgia right now, to include what happened yesterday. So there was a large rally that was attended by some big groups and some big names, and I'll give you a couple that were there yesterday at this rally for Ossoff and Warnock. It was specifically held by anti-gunners and gun control groups. Representative Lucy McBath, former Representative Gabby Giffords, Moms Demand Action founder Shannon Watts, the Brady PAC board member Chris Brown, the Giffords managing director Robin Lloyd, and Julovana McDowell, who runs the volunteer chapter of Georgia for Moms Demand Action. And this event was solely focused on raising money and getting people to vote for these two anti-gunners. Now, I'll tell you a couple things that happened here, some comments, some quotes, but Michael Bloomberg and his Everytown for Gun Safety just released what he calls a roadmap for the strongest gun safety administration in the history of America. And he has laid out a roadmap for Harris and Biden. Notice I didn't say Biden and Harris. But he has laid out a roadmap for them to take in the first 100 days of office, specifically with executive orders to destroy the Second Amendment. So before I jump into that, let's go back to this fundraiser, because the fundraiser raised some money and is getting people to vote. So Representative McBath, who is in Congress from Georgia, said this: "I'm so proud to support my friends Jon Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock, because I know they will work hard every day to create change for Georgia. Georgia sent Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to the White House, and now we're going to flip the Senate. Georgia deserves senators who will stand up for the safety of our communities." Gabby Giffords chimed in as well. "Reverend Warnock and Jon Ossoff have the courage we need in the U.S. Senate. I know that these two leaders will be true champions for gun safety in the Senate and will work tirelessly to protect communities across Georgia. We've already elected the strongest gun safety ticket in history. Now we have a chance to help Joe Biden and Kamala Harris deliver on their promises by flipping the Senate." Shannon Watts from Moms Demand Action: "We must do everything possible to send Reverend Warnock and Jon Ossoff to Washington to secure a gun sense majority in the Senate and clear a path for life-saving gun safety legislation." There's more. They're all the same thing. It's on like Donkey Kong in Georgia. If you live there, guys and gals, you have to get out and vote. Now, flip the coin. We'll go to the other side and we'll talk about the roadmap that Michael Bloomberg and Everytown for Gun Safety have laid out for the strongest gun safety administrative ticket in the history of the country, but they want them to do a couple things. Now I'll refer to my notes because there's a lot of intricacies in each one of these, but it has 4 areas in which the administration can use executive power to reduce gun violence. The first one is to keep guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them by strengthening the background check system. The universal background check does nothing other than to create a gun registry so that the government knows who has what and where it is. It also eliminates and criminalizes the person-to-person transfer of firearms and more. But let's go here and see what Bloomberg has in this section of his roadmap. Number 1 is to shut down the no questions asked marketplace for ghost gun parts and kits by directing the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the ATF, to ensure the background check system covers all firearms, including the core parts and kits used to build untraceable ghost guns. Well, he's already following this map. He's made a move. Oh, well, the ATF has. Technically, it's under Trump right now, but we do know that Joe Biden wants this hard. He wants this real bad. So the move has been made towards 80% lowers, and if you heard that, kits too. So they're going to be coming after, should they start this process as well, and I have no reason to believe that they won't, but you think about things you need to build guns, or replacements, like a lower kit. Say your spring goes, so you buy a lower kit for $23 for your AR, so you can have extra parts. Well, that's going to be illegal. All right, number 2 on this section is to address the Charleston Loophole, which enables illegal sales to go forward before a check is complete by requiring all gun dealers to notify the Department of Justice before such a sale, prioritizing completing those background checks and ensuring no background checks are deleted before completion. Now let's get into that. The Charleston Loophole is phony. It's fake. What it is the NICS system. If the FBI doesn't provide a reason why that the purchaser purchasing a firearm is a prohibited person federally, then the check goes through. Now, in the law, they have 3 business days to return that answer to that FFL. And if they don't, the transfer is allowed to proceed. Why? Because freedom. That's why. Because America is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. So because the FBI wants to fart around and take long to do a background check, a free American should be penalized by not being able to purchase something that could provide safety for himself or his family? Come on. What is really in here, what they're really saying is we want the Department of Justice to be notified about every single gun sale. And since they're not in the laws regarding background checks, then that would itself also be a registry, because the DOJ would have a list of everything everybody bought. Registry. Number 3 in this first section that Bloomberg is telling Harris and Biden that they can do by executive order is to take action to stop people who shouldn't have guns and may be looking to get armed by requiring the FBI to alert state and local law enforcement of all denied background checks in their jurisdiction. That's something that's supposed to be done already. Number 4, ensure the background check system has all of the prohibiting records it needs by having the DOJ interpret the law to cover all prohibited purchasers and encouraging states and federal agencies to submit relevant records. That's an interesting one. If you remember, if you've been on this channel for a long time, during the Obama years, I covered what's being called the Social Security backdoor gun ban. So people who were on Social Security, more specific, people who were veterans, they would ban them from their Second Amendment right if they had issues with PTSD, or if they had trouble keeping their checkbook. The Obama administration said they should be banned from the Second Amendment and not have a gun, and that went through. And to his credit, Donald Trump, one of the first things he did in office actually 4 years ago was to delete that and to just destroy that executive action. Bloomberg and Joe want to reinstitute that backdoor Social Security gun ban. Now, number 5 of Section 1, old Bloomberg wants Joe to target gaps in the law for proactive enforcement by having the DOJ clarify which sellers need to get a dealer's license because they're engaged in business and crack down on online sales. Number 2 on this roadmap would be prioritizing solutions to the city gun violence devastating communities every day. He wants to stem the flow of crime guns into cities by reforming how guns are sold by federally licensed firearms dealers, including modernizing the regulations and requirements on who can become a gun dealer, stepping up inspections, and holding bad actors accountable. The third part of his 4-part series is to heal a traumatized country by making schools safe, confronting armed hate and extremism, preventing suicide, and centering and supporting survivors of gun violence. The 4th major part of this roadmap for Harris and Biden to complete within their first 100 days using executive orders is to launch a major firearm data project and protect the public with modern gun technology. This is California, so everything that California has with the smart guns and gun micro stamping technology that doesn't exist and can't be done the way they want it, this would be a nationwide thing. So if you're not familiar with that, use the search feature on my channel and look up anything going on with gun control in California. They want that to be nationwide, including telling you what to do with your firearm in your own home. Evaluate gun ads for safety claims that are false or misleading through the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. Well, you don't see many gun ads per se anymore because the media is anti-gun. So where do you see most information? Where do you consume the most information about firearms? Like if you want to say go buy a SIG MPX, what are you going to do? You're going to go on YouTube and you're going to look at reviews by the guys who are great at what they do. Military Arms Channel, Iraq Veteran 88, The Honest Outlaw. There's a ton of the guys that do it. Mr. Guns and Gear, Such, The Daily Shooter, all the guys that do it. I didn't leave you guys out. I just don't want to keep listing them. But they want to take that as advertising for firearms and snuff it out. So there's a lot going on in this roadmap that Every Town for Gun Safety and Michael Bloomberg are telling the Harris-Biden administration that they can and should do within the first 100 days. So a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes while we're focused on the ATF. I just want to make sure everybody keeps their peripheral vision open. Get rid of that tunnel vision because it's hitting the fan and in all directions right now. So get out and vote. Support those who support you, whether it's GOA, FPC, SAF, you name it, your state and local groups, VCDL, OK2A, Gun Owners of California, whatever the group that you support, they're going to need your help. They're going to need it a lot, and then they're going to need it quick. So check out those groups. Join them if you haven't already. There's a lot going on. Sorry about this long-ish video, but there's a lot going on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in the Second Amendment news, this is where you'll find it here on Guns and Gadgets. Please consider subscribing and join this growing freedom family, because with you in it, it is stronger than it was without you in it. And I mean that. So until we see each other again, thank you for all your time. I realize that I take quite a bit of it, but I hope that it is for a good reason. I hope you find value. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.